Okay, my dear listeners and viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I think all of you are well mentally and physically. Today, I'll discuss the classifications of sentences according to structure. You know, structurally, sentence is of three kinds. First of all, simple sentence, and secondly, compound sentence, last of all, complex sentence. Now, I'm giving the definitions of simple sentence at first. Okay, the sentence which contains only one subject and one finite verb is called simple sentence. I am repeating, the sentence which contains only one subject and one finite verb is called simple sentence. A finite verb, the verb which is limited to gender, tense, voice, person is called finite verb. Okay. Now I am giving some instances of simple sentence. Going to market, he bought a book. He could not attend the meeting because of his illness. He is too weak to walk. In spite of his being poor, he is an honest man. So these are the instances of simple sentence. Now, my dear listeners and viewers, I am giving the definition of compound sentence. The sentence which contains two coordinate clauses, and these clauses are connected with and, but, or, not only, but also, is called compound sentence. I am repeating, the sentence which contains two coordinate clauses, and these clauses are connected with and, but, or, either, neither, not only, but also is called compound sentence. Now I am giving some instances of compound sentence. Kalam went to market and bought a book. He is rich but measures. Mamun is not only an honest man but also a liberal-minded man. So these are the instances of compound sentence. Now, my dear listeners and viewers, I am giving the definition of complex sentence. The sentence which contains one principal clause and one or two subordinate clauses is called complex sentence. I am repeating, the sentence which contains a principal clause and one or two subordinate clauses is called complex sentence. For example, when he finished the work, he went out. Although he is poor, he is liberal-minded man. Kalam is so weak that he cannot walk in the field. Okay, so these are the instances of complex sentence. Now, my listeners and viewers, now I am giving some signs of simple sentence. You know, simple sentence contains some signs. These are at the time of, in spite of, because of, to plus verb, besides being, by plus gerund, without plus gerund, etc. Now I am giving for such kind of signs. Finishing the work, he went out. Closing the door, he started reading the book. By reading the book, you will obtain profound knowledge on the story. Without drinking pure water, you will not keep well. In spite of his being poor, he is a liberal-minded man. So these are the instances of simple sentence. Now I am giving some instances, some signs of compound sentence. You know, compound sentence contains some signs. These are and, but, either, neither, not only, but also, etc. Okay. For example, Kalam is rich, but miser. Mamun went to market and bought a book. Read the book or you will not pass in the exam. So these are the instances of compound sentence following the signs. Okay, now my dear listeners and viewers, I am giving some signs of complex sentence. You know, complex sentence contains some signs. At first, WS word. You know, the word which contains WS letters is called WS word. For example, who is, when, what, whom, who is, where, etc. Okay. And secondly, if. Although, till, until, so, that, so that, etc. These are the signs of complex sentence. Now, by the listeners and viewers, I am giving some rules. If you want to make a complex sentence into a simple one, then you must follow some rules. These are given below. If the sentence starts with the word when, I am repeating, if the complex sentence starts with when, and if you want to make it simple one, then you must withdraw when And instead of when, you have to use by verb plus ing, namely gerund at first. Okay, and the rest of the sentence will remain intact. For example, when he finished the work, he went out. Simple. Finishing the work, he went out. When he closed the door, he started reading the novel. Simple. Closing the door, he started reading the novel. Okay. Number 2. If the complex sentence start with if plus positive, then in respect of making simple sentence, you must withdraw if, and instead of if, you have to use by plus verb plus ing or by plus gerund. Okay, and the rest of the sentence will remain intact. For example, if you work hard, you will get money. Simple. By working hard, you will get money. Similarly, if you read the novel, you will obtain proper knowledge on the story. Simple. By reading the novel, you will obtain proper knowledge of the story. Okay, and it is noticeable that if the complex sentence start with if, and if the sentence become negative, if plus negative, so in this respect you have to use without plus verb plus ing in respect of making simple sentence. For example, if you do not work hard, you will not get money. Simple. Without working hard, you will not get money. Similarly, if you do not read the book, you will not pass in the exam. Simple. Without reading book, you will not pass in the exam. Okay. Now, my dear listeners and viewers, I am giving other rules. If the sentence start with although, so in respect of making a simple sentence, you must withdraw although, and instead of although, you have to use in spite of. Now I am taking the structure: in spite of plus possessive form of the subject plus being. If the sentence contains am, is, or was, then you have to use being. And if the complex sentence contains have, has, or had, you have to use having. And if the sentence contains main verb, you have to use verb plus ing. Okay. So, in respect of making simple sentence, you must use in spite of plus possessive form of the verb of the subject plus being or having or verb plus ing plus adjective plus rest of the sentence will remain intact. For example, although he is rich, he is miser. Simple. In spite of his being, he is miser. Although he has a lot of brothers, he is not helped by them. Simple. In spite of having a lot of brothers, he is not helped by them. So these are the instances of simple sentence. Okay. Let us finish today.